Okay, and we're live. Hi, everybody. How is everyone doing? I'm good. Okay, let's get to the YouTube formalities. Hi, everybody. Daphne here. Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I upload a new video. And don't forget to download the first 3 issues of Tall Tales waiting for you at the link in the chat and the description box below. So one of these days I'll get this down packed. So hello everybody. Welcome to the live stream for today. We have some interesting stuff to do today. Not only do I have another page to work on today, it's page 31 of Tall Tales Tears of the Mother issue 6, and I have 6 more pages to go before I'm done penciling this, and then I can move on to inking it. And the other thing that I've been working on recently is trying to figure out a 5-minute pitch for my comic book series. So this is something that I've been seeing on a lot of live stream interviews, and a couple of creators have been talking about the 5-minute pitch. Like you have an elevator pitch, and then you have the 5-minute pitch. So I guess like the elevator pitch is the quick, what is my comic about type of thing. And then there's the 5-minute pitch where you go into more detail as to what the comic is about. I guess it depending on who's telling the story and under what context, the pitch can either be a literal like 5-minute page by page of a particular issue that's being promoted at that time, or it can be like an overall like, okay, this is what happens in this issue, but then it's interspersed with personal anecdotes and whatnot. So I'm just trying to find a middle ground for all this. Usually this is what conventions are for, that it's like that we use conventions to kind of like hone our selling skills, I guess you can say. But we're not going to be doing that for a while. So the next best thing is like, well, maybe I could test some of this stuff on the live stream and see what you guys think, you know. But we'll save that. We'll save that for later. So right now, like I said, I have another page on the table to work on. Like I said, I'm 6 pages away from finishing it. And then what I'm going to do when I finish this issue is I'm probably just going to put it aside for a bit, and I'm going to go color in another issue of Ego Raven. So I'll have 2 color issues for Kickstarter instead of offering up 1. And then I'll go back to ink this, but I haven't confirmed anything yet. So that's what's going on right now. That's what we're doing. If you guys don't mind, I'm going to turn on a fan, because even though I tried to set everything up with an air conditioner in the living room, it's still kind of stuffy in here, so I'm going to need the circulation. So I'm going to turn the fan on, so if you hear anything in the background, that's what the fan, that's the fan. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with the microphone too much. I don't think so. And speaking of noises, just to give you all the heads up, if you're new here, I do share this space with a parrot that's over there. You can't see him, but he's there. And I have no control over the noises that he makes. And unfortunately, his favorite noises are like sirens and alarms and really, sometimes really ear-piercing stuff. So just, I guess, a heads up if you hear that, because I have no control over that. So that's pretty much, I think that's pretty much all the housekeeping for today. So I guess let's get started with doing some penciling, right? Because that's what you're here for, right? To watch me draw, hopefully. So that let's get started with that. Okay, so as you can see, here's my page. It's printed blue line, and I'm just gonna start working on it because well, let me tell you about the scene here. So our heroes are going through a montage on this page of all the various monsters that they are encountering in the maze that they're trekking through to get to the castle at the center of the maze. So that's pretty much what's going on here, and that's what I'm going to be penciling in for today. So let's get this started then. Okay. Let's see, I don't know whether I should put on a little light. Let me see. Is this better? Is this better? Okay. I think it's good. So, okay. So I'm just going to, let's see, because there's a lot going on this page. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick the easiest panel right now, which happens to be this one. So let's get that started. It's like, oh, I'm doing good, by the way. Thank you. Thank you for asking in the chat. Needless to say, hands are always challenging. luckily he's quiet right now. So, hopefully he'll stay that way. No, you're not late in the stream. We're about 20 minutes in. I'm looking at finishing some panels here, and then what I want to do is I want to try out some convention pitches. Because yesterday I spent pretty much all day just trying to going through the entire Thieves Quest story arc and trying to make a summary of everything, you know, so that for when we start doing, well, either conventions or like live stream interviews or something, that I know especially how to talk about the book in an interview situation. But we're going to do that later. Oh yeah, these are the ultimate murder hornets. What's you can't have a good monster maze without some good monster murder hornets. Okay, so let's do this one. I mean, because in the end, I'm going to have to do this panel anyway. Actually, no, let's do this one. Okay. Let's do this one. sharpen my pencil. So what I'm doing is I'm using sandpaper to sharpen my pencil because it's too small to go in the actual pencil sharpener. So I gotta go old school with this. And all I'm doing is just sliding the lead to get it sharp, to get it pointed. So I'll leave that there. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Now, the thing is, though, is that I wanted to try out my 5-minute pitch thing, but I guess it would have helped if I had told more people about the live stream, because I would have liked to have had like more people in the live stream to test this. But I don't know. Well, let's see. So what do we have here? May I ask you a fem questions? Not sure. I'm not sure if I'm understanding that, but okay. Go right ahead. What do you got? What do you got for me? Well, I try to decide what I'm going to, whether I'm going to continue this page or whether I want to test my pitch thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen my pencil again. And so while I'm sharpening my pencil, again having to do it old school because the pencil's too short. Probably what I'll do is I'll do another live stream and make sure to tell more people about it so I can have like a good sized audience to test the pitch on. Because again, I don't have conventions to test this at. But maybe I'll just try it on you anyway, so I can at least get 2 opinions. Oh, so maybe you mean a few questions? Because I'm sitting here trying to. I'm sorry. It's like. If you want to ask questions, go right ahead. I mean, in the end, if it's something I don't want to answer, I won't answer it. So, but you won't know until you ask, right? You know, I actually kind of feel more like continuing drawing as opposed to doing market research today. So, Let's do that. Let's skip the faux market research and just continue drawing. So if you want to ask any questions, go right ahead. Keep the conversation going, and we'll see where it takes us. At least, let's finish one more panel. We got a lot of characters here to put in, so let's continue. What I'm gonna do is I don't want to smear the pencils I have already, so I'm just going to put something underneath my hand here. So. I mean, marketing is probably the worst. If there's one thing that I dislike about making comics, is the marketing part. And I think the main thing about that is that, okay, so it's like I have to summarize my comic book series as concisely as possible, but in a way that people will make a purchase decision based on it. And the trick is that if you make it sound too simple, it's kind of like that meme on Twitter going around. Not a meme. It's just a question going around on Twitter, like, explain a movie poorly. Explain explain your favorite movie in one sentence poorly. And that's what it feels like. Because it's like, if you wanted to describe Star Wars, if you wanted to explain Star Wars in one sentence, it's like space farmer becomes space ninja. I mean, that's literally... I mean, what kind of decision are you going to make on that? So... that's the weird part about doing this 5-minute pitch. Because then it's like, okay, how much, if I'm going to explain the story to somebody, like, how much information do I give without giving away everything? But then again, it's like you have this whole trend in movie trailers where pretty much they give away the whole movie in the trailer. And what their research has found is that the more people know how the movie's going to go, the more likely they're going to watch it. So I don't know what to make of that. Okay, so the first question is, will you be releasing 21 and 22 and other episodes in the future? Well, the first Well, Thieves Quest spans 20 issues. So that's that story arc. So that story arc is 20 issues. It's so technically there is no issue 21 or 22. So what happens is that if you want a direct continuation of Thieves Quest, if you want a direct continuation of that, then that's where Tears of the Mother starts. So you have Thieves Quest is 1 through 20, and then I guess if you wanted an issue 21, that would be Tears of the Mother issue 1. So this would be, I guess, issue 21 if we had just continued the series, because that's how direct this is. It's a direct continuation of Thieves Quest, as opposed to like Peacekeepers, which is 3 issues of a storyline that runs concurrently with Thieves Quest, and then you have Or So I Thought, which is the Gabriel one-shot, which is a prequel to Thieves Quest. So that's kind of like where we are at the moment. So Tears of the Mother is going to be 8 issues. So this is issue 6, so we got 2 more issues, and then after that last 8th issue, we're going to start the new story arc with issue 1. Tentatively, that last story arc is called, what's it called? The 7-Year War? Or am I thinking of something else? It has its own subtitle. It's the something war or something. It's just not official yet. So yeah, so if you're looking for like issues 21 on, it's technically Tears of the Mother 1 to 8. So that's how the story is continuing. So it's a Thieves Quest, and then Tears of the Mother, and then Peacekeepers is a concurrent storyline, and then Or So I Thought is the prequel. So that's how those issues work. I hope that answers that question. Now the trick is to not spend another 20 years doing the last story arc. That's the trick. Although JD said that he was originally, that last story arc was supposed to be like another 30 issues, and it's like that's way too much. So he decided that he was going to condense it down to 12 issues. So hopefully it won't take as long. I mean, what's funny is that for all of that, I might as well just read you my pitch. Because that is like the type of question, that's exactly like the type of question anybody, you and a lot of other people would ask at a convention or on a live stream interview, or, so might as well get that practice in, right? Because what I would like to do is practice being able to answer these questions without all the ums and ahs and having to really think about it. So obviously that part didn't work out very well, but I hope everything else answered your question. Oh, how would you feel if you knew how to make moving animation? Oh my god. That's that. It's funny because it's like that was something I was trying to do for a little bit. Because I would see like all these animators online just pumping out little shorts, and I go, oh, that would be really cool if I could do that. I mean, even to just do a little animated character that would pop up in the live stream or in the videos or something. The thing is though, is that what it just turned out is that I just don't have the time to learn it. Or maybe that's not accurate. It's like with so much comic book pages I have to do, doing little animations, well, learning animation in because Photoshop can do it. The version of Photoshop can do it has a special feature where you can do animated whatever on it, anything animated. And so it's not like I don't have the capability. It's just actually sitting down and learning it and doing it. And at the moment, it's not really time I want to spend doing that, especially when I do have so many comic book pages to work on, and I feel like I'm not putting enough time into that already. So it would be great. Actually, we've had somebody do a little animation that right now I don't remember if it's on the website, talltalesonline.com. There's a little gallery section, and someone did a little animation of Pandora, which is like, it's so simple and so short. I mean, it's like a couple of seconds, and yeah, I would love to be able to do that, but yeah, I don't see myself really making that a priority right now. Like, that's literally something that I would not rather pay, but would probably end up paying somebody to do if I had the means for that. So, And so it goes, right? Maybe if I was younger, if I had figured this out in my 20s, and probably tried to do that back then, but alas. Oh, which sweet couple of your comics do you like best? Can you clarify that? Like, do I have a favorite couple in the comic? Or are there specific issues that I like the best? So I might as well just answer both then. So in terms of favorite issues, and what's funny is that I was looking through the entire book to do the 5-minute pitch anyway. So I was able to revisit a lot of the pages that I literally don't remember drawing, and it's that weird feeling that it's like, holy crap, I actually did that. And it's just, it's a nice, satisfying feeling that work that I did like 10 years ago, maybe, a little bit more than that, still hold up. And I don't have issues as much as I have favorite scenes. So, well, my favorite issue, but it's not a favorite per se, is issue 4. Because I feel like that's the issue where I like the story finally clicks and my artwork clicks with it. And it's like, and there just seems to be this jump between issue 3 and issue 4 that still surprises me to this day. And it just, yeah, and it just really shows, like, just how, like, I guess we've matured as creators since we started the series and hit that particular issue. And then from issue 4 on, it's like we feel like that's when the story really goes the way we want it to. In terms of, like, scenes in the comic, there's a couple. Like, this one, hopefully YouTube doesn't give me a problem with this one. So, this scene right here is one of my favorites because it's really funny. It's sexy and funny without being vulgar. And what's funny is that because I actually remember drawing this page, and this was not here, so you saw a lot more of her butt, and I decided to go in and add this in because in the end I thought that it was too distracting from the scene, because actually what I wanted everyone to focus on was that face. So that one is a pretty good scene. Another scene is this one where Elijah is introduced in the story. And I can't see the emoji from here. Unfortunately, so it's like, I don't know. It's like, are you sad that I covered the butt? I might have a sketchbook coming out later for that. So this scene is where Elijah, the Calazarian sorcerer's apprentice, shows up, and I really like the way I guess I timed out this scene with the dialogue, and this panel is I just love this panel, how this came out. I think it really shows you, like, who this character is and what he might be up to. That was let's see, and then it's like, there's so many good scenes in here. That's the thing. That's what surprised me the most when I was flipping through this, is like there's a couple of places here that I just felt like I was really on point. You know, very, very pleased with myself, if I can say. I mean, this scene where Eva is trying to convince Cromwell to come with her to the Earl's Manor because Ralph was poisoned. Again, I really like the timing of it. And yeah, there's a bunch of scenes like that too. But yeah, in terms of favorite scenes, there's a lot of them in here. In terms of favorite couple, in terms of favorite couple, of course, it would be, Ravenwood and Pandora. They're the main ones, so So yeah, they're my favorite. Although, you know, it's funny, Ralph and Eva kind of come in second. They kind of switch, because I think that Ralph and Eva have I don't know, they have a funnier relationship. Because of you know, like how they met, and you know, just how they just end up together. It's I just find it really funny. So it's like, yeah, it's either Pandora and Ravenwood, or Ralph and Eva are like my two favorite couples in here. Although honestly though, theirs is more fun. Ralph and Eva is more fun. So so that's you know, so that's yeah, there's a lot of good scenes in there. I really surprised myself. You know, I mean, and the funny thing is, like, that's the irony of marketing, is that, you know, it's talking about your work and being proud of your work, but without sounding full of yourself. But the thing is, though, it's like, this is my work. Why shouldn't I be proud of it? You know, why shouldn't, you know, I want to tell people about it. So, but yeah, it's that that weird dichotomy of marketing. I'm gonna have to start wearing glasses just to be able to read the chat. You know what, when I watch this replay on my television, I'll finally be able to see what those emojis are, because I can't even tell what they are on the oh, there they are. Okay. Okay, because I mean, it's funny, because it's like, depending on where you see the emojis, they're actually different. Like, the emojis that I see on my tablet here, it kind of looks like the emoji's upset. Oh, sorry about that. That the emoji's upset, but then and then it's like on my preview screen, I can't even tell what it is. And then I just saw what it looks like on the chat from YouTube, and it's like, oh, it's the little oh, what emoji is that? It's the one doing, it's that. So you know, it's the ooh, you know, emojis. So okay, so at least now I know what the emoji is. But you know, you still wanted to see the butt, right? Everybody wanted to see the butt. Yeah. There's only so much of that I can put in this comic because it's not that type of comic, which was also in the end the reason why I covered that up too, because that particular issue on the individual issue was a cover that I did of Ralph and Eva, but Ralph is like at bosom level, so it's kind of like yeah, that he's got his, you know, it's like they're just, all they're doing is just facing each other, but because he's so short, he's at boob level, so it was supposed to be a funny, just a funny boob joke of a cover. But the problem is that a lot of people, especially at like regular comic book conventions, you know, like at furry conventions, I had absolutely no problem with that cover. But at like regular comic book conventions, that cover got me a lot of side eye because a lot of people thought Tall Tales was a porno book because of that cover. So, yeah, so in the end, it's like there are little decisions that I had to make to kind of not have that reputation on the book that it didn't deserve. I mean, the book, if I were to, you know, it's funny, it's like I'm quoting everything from the little press release thing. The book, if it was a movie, would be rated PG-13. And it's literally, well, I'm going to read that to you. It's like, if Tall Tales was a movie, it would be rated PG-13 for fantasy violence, medieval-style politics and intrigue, occult themes and imagery, and some adult and implied sexual situations. So, you know, I really have, you know, so it's like, as the story went on, I had to make sure to really tone down that last part because a lot of people were misinterpreting the book, and it's kind of bad enough that the word furry is really loaded too, because that could be its own conversation in and of itself. But a lot of times people ask me if Tall Tales is a furry book as code for does it have porn in it. And it's an unfortunate association because it's like we all know, I mean, look, let's not beat around the bush here. It's like there's a lot of emphasis on pornography in furry fandom. I've done that too. You know, it's like I have done my fair share of adult art in furry, but that doesn't mean that everything furry is pornography, because the irony of it is like you wouldn't believe how many people ask for naked pictures of Wonder Woman too, but nobody goes around saying that all superhero comics are porn. So but that's what it is, right? That's what it is. And that's why the butt had to go. But yeah, the emojis are different on my tablet here, so I apologize if I misunderstood emoji language. Oh, we have a new person here, Neftali Albert. Hello there. Welcome. As you can see, I'm working on a page here. We were talking about my comic Tall Tales, especially Thieves Quest, and we were like going through it. I'm still very happy with this book. It you know, it's like I think it's really nice when you can still get the warm fuzzies from your own work. So you know what? It's like, we have 4 people here. Oh, Tally. Okay, so we'll do that then, Tally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, let's see, what we're in here. Okay, we're about an hour and a half in. Let's finish up this panel, and I'll see if I feel like reading my little marketing thing here. So what, for those just joining us, what I'm trying to do is put together kind of like an interview cheat sheet. Usually, you know, it's like the convention pitch, but a little bit more detailed. Because when I do more Kickstarters in the future, you know, I'm going to need to do more self-promotion, self-marketing, and all that. So it was recommended by a lot of people to have what's called, I guess what they call the 5-minute pitch. So I spent all day yesterday going through my trade paperback here, going through each issue and making, you know, and putting together pretty much, like I said, a cheat sheet. So if anybody asks me, and then what? And then what? And then what? I kind of have an answer for it, as opposed to like, oh, what do you mean, and then what? It's like, I told you the premise of the story. So, but, you know, people sometimes just want more information or just more detail. So we'll, you know, okay, here, let me at least read the pitch, I guess. So it's like, judging from what you saw here, and judging, okay, so you're at a convention. Picture this, you're at a convention. you're passing my table and you see me drawing this page, and right next to me is this book, and you kind of flip through it, right? And then you're like going, oh, what's this book about, right? Okay, so the main part, so the main pitch. Now, mind you, I'm just going to read it here. The idea is that eventually I memorize this and I'm able to, like, ad-lib information into it so that it doesn't sound like a memorized script, but that's what we're working with here. So, okay, so let me just throw this at you, okay? Let me just throw this at you. So let's okay. So this is the main pitch, not the full 5-minute, but this is like the main crux of the thing. Okay, the main crux of the pitch, that if someone just asked me, okay, so what's your book about? This is it. Okay, so here we go. Tall Tales is a multiple story arc fantasy adventure for ages 13 and up. It features funny animal furry characters in the style of Lord of the Rings meets Disney's Robin Hood. Thieves Quest is the first story arc spanning 20 issues, or 560 pages, and introduces the main characters and scenarios that will encompass the entire line. The Thieves Quest collection is collected into 4 volumes. Side note here. So what I showed you is the full trade. The problem is that we haven't been happy with the printer, and the printer that we are happy with can't do books this thick, so we're going to have to divide it into 4 volumes like we originally did, which is not that bad because 1, it means a lower price point, and 2, it gives me the opportunity to fix a lot of errors that are in the book that we've missed, that I've missed the first couple of times. So we're gonna be doing this in 4 volumes when we return it to Kickstarter. Okay, so here we go. So this is the rest of it. Ravenwood is the main character of Fox Knight, along with his companions at arms Pandora, a cat shield maiden, Clea, a cat sorceress, Silvermane, a monkey thief, Gabriel, a panda bard, and Ralph, a porcupine sorcerer. These friends and warriors are sent on a quest by their benefactor, the wizard owl Hullux, to find and bring back the fabled Great Seal of Iberion, a powerful magical item stolen from him by unknown thieves, hence the name of the story arc. Along the way, Ravenwood and his band become unwittingly tangled in royal intrigue, with a prince's life on the line and in a bitter war between the Calazarian rats and the trolls, and soon must learn what their own characters are made of. Tall Tales Thieves Quest is followed by Tall Tales The Peacekeepers, a 3-issue series with a storyline that runs concurrent to Thieves Quest. Tall Tales, or So I Thought, a one-shot prequel, and is currently running in Tall Tales Tears of the Mother, an 8-issue direct continuation of Thieves Quest. If Tall Tales were a movie, it would be rated PG-13 for fantasy violence, medieval-style politics and intrigue, occult themes and imagery, and some adult and implied sexual situations. They're very implied, but in the end, I figure I might as well just put that in there. Okay, so you're asking, will there be a continuation of the story of the bat named Alexandria? Okay, so that's Peacekeepers, which is a 3-issue miniseries that we did. And the storyline runs concurrent with Thieves Quest. Unfortunately, there's nothing in the near future that we've ever discussed about continuing that story. Pretty much whatever's in those 3 issues, that's it. Yeah, a lot of people like... Oh my god. A lot of people like that character, but yeah, we have no plans in the future to continue that storyline. Right now, the main thing is just trying to finish Tears of the Mother. There is one more one-shot I would like to do, but it's about Scene, the archer. Right here. So, because years ago, we had toyed around with the idea of doing kind of like an origin story for him, but we never went anywhere with it for some reason. We did the Gabby one-shot, and after this is done, I would like to revisit this character, but unfortunately for Alexandria, her story is pretty much complete. I mean, I guess in the context of what we wanted to tell with that story. So, yeah, so Alexandria is not on the docket, unfortunately. So, but thank you for enjoying it, though, that, you know, that you want to see more of her. But, yeah, unfortunately, that's not in the cards right now. So yeah, so that's my basic premise pitch. So, yeah, so the idea is to kind of, because before, when someone would come to my table, the only thing I would tell them is like, oh, it's the top part. It's like, it's a funny animal furry comic, sort of like if Disney did Lord of the Rings. And then people would go, oh, that's interesting. What else is it about? You know, like, tell me more. And then I'd be like, what do you mean tell you more? But that's what this is. That's what this is about. So what I ended up doing was breaking up, doing the 4 volumes and breaking up the pitches so that they were all volume. Like the first part would be consistent with all of the volumes. And then each volume would have their summaries, their summaries that would go with it, and each volume would have their own 5-minute pitch with that identical part that I read. And okay. Okay. So yes, the whistling in the background is this guy. So I share the room with a parrot, and his favorite noises are the most obnoxious ones you could think of. You know, sirens, smoke detectors, microwave beeping, the whole thing. The louder, the more obnoxious, the better. So I have no control over him. So he just makes whatever noises he wants. And if you're wearing earphones, I'm sorry. You know, so that's what's the whistling in the background. So yeah, that's what he does every time on the live stream. At least when I make videos, I can edit him out, but on live streams, obviously, I can't. So, okay, so. Oh, he's done that. Oh, yeah. Just be glad he hasn't heard the Screaming Goat video. He does that on his own. So, yeah, maybe it's good he hasn't heard the Screaming Goat video exactly. But if you're talking about the screaming like people, he does that too. So, yeah, so I think we're lucky we haven't heard it. So okay, let's go ahead and finish this panel. Let's put in all these murder hornets in here, and finish up. And then it's like I'll finish up the rest of this later, because we're already at 1:46. So an hour and 46. So let's put in these bees. They're covered in bees. Oh, yeah, it's really funny though is that the fact that Clea uses fire to get rid of the murder hornets. What's really funny was that we had, well, It's just a story. I don't know if it's really funny, but we had a hornet. We had a hornet problem years ago in our backyard. We have a gate, and there's a lockbox on the gate, and that lockbox ended up filled with wasps. And so we couldn't open up the gate to put the car in without disturbing the wasps. So unfortunately they had to go. We just had to figure out how to do it. And I really, really didn't want to kill anything. But when I was looking up information as to how to remove wasps, there really wasn't an option. And not only that, it's like I was reading really serious articles about how to get rid of wasps, but they were like so comedically dramatic. I couldn't believe that it was that bad. Like there was literally one website that recommended, look, it's like what you do is you set the hive on fire, but make sure that the wasps don't see you doing it or they will attack you. And I was just like, you've got to be kidding me. That really? Wasps do that? And it got to a point where I tried just closing up the lockbox to keep them from coming in and out, but there would still be wasps hanging out on the outside. So it got to a point I had to buy like a spray to get rid of the wasps. So I pick up a spray. I go to Home Depot. I pick up a spray, and what does it say in the instructions? So it's one of these sprays that shoots like 6 feet. And I was like going, oh, that's dramatic, right? So the thing is supposed to shoot 6 feet. And the instructions say shoot from 6 feet away, but don't let the wasps see you or they will attack you. And I'm like going, oh my God, I thought that was a joke. And here it was on an actual can of Raid or something to get rid of wasps. And in the end, that's what we had to do. I had to hide behind the car and I had to shoot them with the spray from 6 feet away. I mean, it was the most ridiculous thing. I mean, it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked. And then it's like the instruction says that if there are bodies, you have to get rid of the bodies as quickly as possible, or else they might call other wasps, and it was just a farce. I mean, so that's why it's like this scene made me laugh, because that's exactly what I had to do to get rid of, and that's how I had to get rid of wasps in our backyard. We had to not set them on fire, but we had to not anger them more than they already were, being wasps and all. Yeah, I know. Dress up. Yeah, dress up as a wasp wearing Amazon Prime delivery outfit to keep non-suspicious. I mean, really. It's like the entire the things that people were recommending were outrageous. Like one of them was talking about drowning the hive, but again, you can't let them see that, you can't let them see you do it. The fire one was just like, this can't be real. But yeah. Alright, so I think we're gonna end it here for now. I mean, I'm still going to finish this panel, but I'm going to do that off camera. So yeah, so I think that's we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it right here. Yeah, I'm always thinking of like, should I be doing something else with the other panels? But I think that's pretty much how I want these panels to go. So yeah, so I guess we're gonna end it right there. So this is, like I said, this is Tall Tales, Tears of the Mother, issue 6, page 31. I'm gonna finish that last panel outside of the stream. Right now we're almost going on 2 hours. So, okay. So I think that's a pretty good amount of time. I think we're good, right? Okay, so yeah, so I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much for making it through the whole live stream, almost 2 hours of it. I hope you found it informative or at least entertaining. We learned a little bit about marketing. We got to look at some more Tall Tales artwork. We talked about Tall Tales. Got to get used to that anyway. I mean, it's kind of funny to think that it's like I have to get used to talking about my own book, but that's how it goes, right? And you know, that's pretty much it. So, if you want to learn more about art, illustration, and especially making comic books, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. We want to keep the algorithm gods happy. We want to convince the algorithm gods that we are worthy of their attention. So I do have a brand new video going up on Friday. That one is going to be about my favorite art books, and hopefully going to be your favorite art books too. So stay tuned for that. So that's going to go up on Friday at noon. So keep an eye out for that. And again, don't forget to download the first 3 issues of Tall Tales from the link that I left in the chat or in the description box below. And again, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you on the next live stream or on the next video, whichever comes first. So, thank you again for watching. I hope you liked what you saw. Come back next time, and we'll see you then. Bye! Ciao!